There we go. Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday. I'm like, what day are we on? Happy Thursday. Welcome to Crafty Hour number 24. This is the Hunkydory collection. So I'm going to give everybody kind of a moment to jump on. And we will get going at the top of the hour. So I have 4 cards I'm going to try to squeeze in. Deanna was able to squeeze 4 in, so we'll see if I can get 4 in also. Tried to keep them kind of simple with some interactive to them, but not too complicated. So hopefully we can get those 4 done in an hour. So hello everybody and happy afternoon. The set, what you guys are going to need to do is grab your kit. Everybody should have a Crafty Hour kit. I think Deanna has some too. We still have some of the Garden Party Deluxe craft pads available. So if you're wanting to grab some more of these to make some more cards, they are available. So contact your home store to get the Garden Party Deluxe craft pads, or we do have them up on our website. So you can grab them if you're Scrapbook-N-Memories customers. Jump on the website and you can grab those. So hello everybody. Hello, hello. I see people jumping on. We're kind of watching eyes. I jumped on about 5 minutes early because we're going to try to do 4 cards. So I want to kick it off at the top of the hour and make sure everybody's there. Hello, hello. Hi Deanna. I see Deanna's on there. So Deanna was able to get 4 done if you caught her live at 12 o'clock. If not, make sure to go back over to Clipper Street's Facebook page and you can catch the replay over there. So make sure to go grab that. And like I said, she got 4 done. So I'm going to see if I can get 4 done. Yeah, lots going on. Oh, yes. Watching me is more fun than doing accounting. Amen. I should be designing Makermania projects is what I should be doing next. Woohoo, Makermania. And then don't forget to go to our Crafty Hour Creations Facebook page where you guys can post your creations. So I've already seen some people posting this morning's. And there's already a sneak peek over there of what tomorrow's announcement will be. So the theme. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Central, we will go live on both of our websites for purchasing, and we'll put the links on. And Deanna will do a live reveal of the next Crafty Hour, and it's Crafty Hour number 26. Now these are not... I thought you posted one, Deanna. I thought I saw, like, the header. The only thing's a sneak peek is the header, so they can kind of see what the theme is, I guess, is what I meant to say. So that's over there, but we are still waiting on 1 item for the kits. So kits are not ready yet, but they should be next week. We should shortly next week have everything. But we have 95% of the kit here, so quantities are limited. Yeah, silly goose, you're the one that posted it. I saw it. Silly goose. Christmas. Oh, we're going to hit you guys with more Christmas. We wanted to get a little bit of other seasons in, but trust me, there's a lot of Christmas coming. And thank heavens for Crafty Hour Christmases last year, because that is the only way I actually got all my Christmas cards done last year, was all the Crafty Hours. So it worked out perfect. So we're at the top of the hour. Let's get cracking. So we're going to do 4 cards. Each one I have is a little bit of an interactive, kind of a simple interactive. We don't want to get too complicated. So the first one we're going to do is going to be an easy, I'm sure this has a name, not sure, but this is what we're going to do. So you're going to need to grab your white card base. So like I said, I did not assign any homework because I'm not good at doing homework myself. So the only thing on the list to do was to grab white cardstock. And I said grab 3 or 4 sheets of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It's always better to have too many than not enough, because you know we always cut it wrong at some point. So that's why I said 3 or 4. So you had an extra just in case something happened. We all know it happens. I can measure it 3 times and still cut it wrong. I don't know. In my head, it just happens. So if you've got an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, we're already at 11 inches. So we're going to cut this 11 by 5.5. So you're going to flip it so it is taller than it is wide. Taller than it is wide. And we're going to cut it at 5.5. And then this piece just sit to the side. We're going to cut it at 5.5. And then we're going to flip it and we're going to score it at 2 places. And we're going to score it 2 3/4. And we're going to score it at 5.5. So basically what it's doing is it's scoring the card in half. We're going to score the card in half, just like that. Let me get my scoring tool out. And then we're just making a back flap or a back flipper. Just like that. Super easy. So you've just folded your card in half and then you have the back flipper. Okay, so that's our card base. That's it. So sit this guy to the side and then you need to grab this piece of paper. These cardstocks are really nice heavy weight. So you could totally make your card bases out of just this. And I ended up doing that on a couple. But it's really nice and thick. So you could totally do that. Now there is a rhyme or reason to what I'm about to do. I know some of you are going to gasp at air and be like, oh, it's wasting paper. But trust me. So on this, I wanted this little birdie hidden behind the embellishment. So in order to have that little birdie hidden, we need to chop some stuff off here on this left-hand side. So you're going to grab this piece of paper and we're going to flip her upside down. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right to the edge tip of that saucer and we're going to slice it. So you're just cutting off this piece. And you can use that for something later. Just throw it in a discard pile. But we're cutting off that piece. So now we are over here by the tip of our little coffee mug. Which in fact, I think I'm going to cut off just a little bit more. There we go. So there we're at the tip of that saucer. Tip of the saucer. Okay. Now we're going to start cutting it down. So we've got the bird piece. We're going to cut it square. So it's going to be 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 squared. Okay, there's one. We're going to flip it and do 5 1/4. And look, I cut it wrong. Oh, see, I told you, I can measure it twice and cut it wrong. So I'm going to piece it back together really quick. God. Oh, bless America, Kourtney. So this is how you piece it back together if you cut yours wrong. Take your score tape and you just butt it up to each other really close. You're going to kind of see a crease, but no worries. It's not going to bother me. Yeah, so hopefully those of you watching didn't cut the wrong. Okay, so let's try it again. 5 1/4. I looked at it and thought it looked short, and yep, it was short. 5 1/4. I will fix that at some other point. So this piece is going to end up right here in the center of your cardstock. Right there in the center. Okay? The next piece you're going to grab is this one right here. This one right here that has this strip. So we're going to cut this at 2 1/2 inches. 2 1/2. I cannot believe I cut that wrong. See? I said grab extra paper and then I cut it wrong myself. 2 1/2. and then we want it 5 1/4. So we're going to flip it and 5 1/4. The pressure is on. That's why I cut it wrong. It's okay. We'll put something decorative there later. Okay, so this piece is going to go on the inside of your card right there. And since I put a strip of score tape on there, I could cut it, or peel it off, but we're not going to. We got to move fast today. So there's the piece on the inside. Then we're going to close it down, and this piece is going to go right here on the outside, and you're going to have a little bit of white all the way around the outside edges of it. A little bit of white. Okay, so that's all the paper cutting. There's our base. Easy peasy. Mine just has an extra bonus stripe. Okay, then we're going to grab our circle pieces. So we're going to punch out this big circle and all of its pieces. We are going to use the center piece and the outer piece. So the little gold one you can set to the side. We're not going to use that. You can use that on something else. Hello everybody. We got some more people joining in. Okay, so that piece goes to the side. And then we're also looking for this little one here that has the teacup and saucer. And I'm not going to punch that circle off of there. And then the You're My Cup of Tea. You're my cup of tea. So those pieces are what you're hunting for. We're going to start with the outer ring. And the outer ring doesn't matter where you put it, but you want to have it centered. And we're just going to put liquid glue right along here on this side. We don't want to put it over here, otherwise it will glue our flipping card closed. So we're going to put liquid glue or a runner or whatever you want. And we're just putting it right along there. So then your card still opens. Okay. Then your next piece here, we're going to put foam tape on the back of him and put him right in the center. So when we put the foam tape on, we just want foam tape on this side. Again, so it doesn't flip. So the easiest way to do that is I take it and I flip it like a calendar so I can see visually where that foam tape needs to go. Okay, you want to make sure you only have it on the left. Everything's getting attached on the left-hand side. And then we're just going to put that guy right in the center. Make sure he's right side up. And then there we go. That is hidden under there, and your card's going to flip and open. Okay, then we're going to add these two little circle pieces. So on the circle pieces, we do need to put a foam tape right on here because it's going to be glued flat and popped here, and then glued flat and popped here because it's going to be the same level as your center mechanism. It's okay, Sandy. You can catch us all on replay. I was late to Deanna's too. Don't tell Deanna though. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of liquid on the area that's going to catch that. and then he's going to stick to that pop dot. So the big circle, he's sticking to that, and then he's popped on there. Then I'm going to put a pop dot here too, same height, that the little guy is going to sit on. And again, I'm going to put liquid at the top just in case it doesn't grab something. And we're just going to stick him down there. So then again, we've got liquid to kind of hold him here and foam here. So all the circles are going to be that same height. See that? And then when we open it, we've got that great mechanism. Now, if you want, we have lots of scrap of this green. So if you wanted to put green in here, feel free to fill that panel with green too. But I kind of felt like it was too busy, so I left my panel white. But feel free to do whatever you want, or use it on another card. And then we're going to add a little bit of some enamel dots. So we kind of mixed enamel dots for you guys. It is the enamel dots from Spellbinders, and we gave you a variety pack. So each one of these little strips we gave you come in a full-size pack. We just cut them apart in 4. That way you got a little sampling of each color. And if you're wanting more of these, then contact your home store, because we do have them. And they're the blue, teal, purple, and pink, and they come in a full strip. Okay, then I added a little bling. I always like to do 3 blings. So I do small, medium, and large. Okay, small, medium, and large. And there we go. And that is card number 1. Woo, look at that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Except for the strip. So yours should look like this if you didn't miscut your paper like I did. But that's okay. I will put a sentiment or something there later. Okay, so that is card number 1. Card number 1. Whew, this is like card creating marathon, right? See how fast, see if we can get it all in. Okay, card number 2. Remember I said all of mine are a simple, kind of easy, interactive card. So this one is going to be a tall, skinny card. And look what we're going to do. I just love this tea kettle. I thought this was a gorgeous one. So we're just going to do this one quick and easy. It's kind of a little fold, and it was just stunning. It was fun. So the paper you're going to have to grab is that tea kettle paper. And we're going to have a little trick to this one too. Sometimes my brain works different ways, and we have to do little tricks to get things to work. Or it's one of those work smarter, not harder. So sometimes when I work backwards, I find it's easier to do things. Anyway, so grab this tea kettle. Yes. And we're going to leave it the length that it is. Okay, we're going to leave it the length that it is for right now. We're going to cut it, and I'm going to measure twice because, you know, I boo-booed that first one. So let's not boo-boo this one. Yep, 5.5 inches. So we are going to put it in your trimmer at 5.5 inches. Now your tea kettle is in the bottom left-hand corner. Bottom left-hand corner is where your tea kettle is, okay? So we're cutting it at 5.5 inches. I'm like second guessing myself now. I'm like all gun shy. Okay. And there's that tea kettle. Now, this was weird measurements. This to measure your score lines were like 11/16 and like a 15th 16th. So the easiest way I came up with getting the score lines correctly is working backwards. So you're going to flip your tea kettle upside down. Okay, we're working backwards. And we're going to score it at 3 7/8. Okay, so we're upside down. we're at 3 7/8. Okay, the next math was going to be complicated also. So the trick to this next math, what I did is we want it to fold. You want this fold to be the same as this fold. So we're going to do 3 7/8 again. The easiest way to do it was this score line that we just made. Can you see your score line? We're going to take this score line over to the 3 7/8 mark. 3 7/8 mark, which actually ends up looking like it's, no, we're not going to do that because that's going to confuse. We're just taking that mark and going to 3 7/8 again. 3 7/8. So we started here, 3 7/8. We go over here, 3 7/8. Okay, so we're working backwards. Sometimes it just works easier for me and my brain to think backwards. Okay, everybody got it? I think we have a lot of people watching. Are we crafting or watching? If we're watching, I can go a little bit faster, I feel like, because you can always catch it on the replay. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get this slice in here. So the slice is going to go from this top tip down to here. So we're going to take a ruler and you need to measure up 2 inches. 2 inches. Oh, we got a lot of watchers. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we're going to take it and we're going to measure up 2 inches and we're going to make a mark. Okay? Make a mark at 2 inches. We're then going to put it on your trimmer and we have to slice. So we have to slice from our mark to our score line. So I'm going to use the track of my trimmer. Oh, yay, Fran's crafting. Thanks, Fran. We're going to cut from tip to tip, okay? So we're at the pencil mark that's 2 inches on the bottom left, and then our fold there. So let me pull this off and I'll show you what we got. So we end up with something like this. So that was our 2 inches, and it came up and stopped right there. I went really heavy with my pencil mark, so I'm going to erase it. I'm very heavy-handed. I'm a heavy inker. I'm a heavy stamper. I'm a heavy. Okay, so there's our card. So then we're going to fold it over. And this, I made the card with this base. Because this is heavy cardstock, so it works great for your card bases. Okay, so now we're just folding it and making a Z fold. Okay, now you're going to have a little bit of scrap hanging out here. And instead of me trying to figure out what the equal math was to divide that by 3 because it wasn't working, we're just going to snip that off. We are going to snip the hangover. You can put it in your trimmer. You can use your scissors, whatever you want, but we're just going to snip that little piece that was hanging over and even it out. Okay? Then we're going to grab that tea kettle. I just love this tea kettle. And for me, ovals are challenging. I don't know about you guys, but I find it challenging to work with ovals. I don't know if it's just the tall, skinny, which you think wouldn't be bad because a rectangle's tall and skinny too, but for some reason, ovals are a little challenging for me. So we've got that. Then the next one we're going to punch out is the relax and unwind. Relax and unwind. And then we're also going to punch out for my special friend. Got a lot of people crafting tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So again, we're going to put this guy on here and we're going to put foam tape on him. But where we put the foam tape is only going to be on this front panel. So you only want it in this bottom portion. You don't want to get it on the other pieces, otherwise your card will not open. So I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape here. I'm going to look for my foam tape that I've already lost. Oh, thank you, Gayan. She's crafting too. Okay, so then we're going to put that on. And it's funny, I'm asking you guys questions, and you're like, I'm trying to craft along. I can't type and craft. Quit asking me questions. Okay, so that is foam tape on, so it's going to open just like that. Just kind of centering it. We're then going to glue this guy on. So we're going to glue him flat here, but we're going to pop him over here. So I'm just going to put a little pop dot right about there. So we're going to put a pop dot on the left. So again, it's all even and flat. And then on the back of my embellishment, I'm just going to put some liquid glue. And try to put it on fairly straight. Just like that. Okay? And then I wanted a little bit more dimension to it. So we're going to take this guy that says relax and unwind, and we're going to pop him in the center of that oval. So it's going to kind of hide most of it. So you're just going to see a portion of kind of the ring around it of that really pretty florals. And it's just going to build a next layer. So it gives you a little bit more popped, a little bit more 3D on there. And then that's it. And then we're going to decorate. So on this one, I added some of the pink bling. And again, I always like to do, yep, I got light pink. I always like to do clusters of the small, medium, large. It just makes my head happy. Whatever. Whoops. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go down here. And then we'll just put them kind of in the corner. And we're going to cluster them too. And I find using my pokey tool, my Tim Holtz pokey tool, I don't know what his name is. I'm sure he has a name. Pick. Works perfect to put those little blings on. Whew, look at this. We are doing good. I'm working you up to the complicated one. Okay, so there is card number 2. Quick and easy, kind of a fun little like Z-fold style on that card. And again, it's that nice heavy cardstock, so you can build out of that. Okay, card number 3. Starting to get a little bit more complicated. We're going to do a gatefold. This one we're going to do a gatefold, but this time we're going to gatefold it with our embellies crisscrossing. Our embellies crisscrossing. So we have to watch kind of where we're putting stuff to get this to work too. So again, we're going to have to kind of play with the paper and do that whole thinking backwards kind of thing that we did on the other one. So the piece of paper you're going to grab is this one right here. And mine has glue on it. So let me just get the glue off. Or maybe it stays. That bothers me. I'm gonna cut it off really quick. Cut practically will. Okay, so we are going to leave it the full length. It is going to stay this length right here, okay? Staying that length. We need it 5 inches tall. So we're going to put it in our trimmer, and we've got the birds on their heads. So the birds are over here on the left-hand side, and we're going to cut it at 5 inches tall. Okay, 5 inches tall. And again, this is a weird size. It is like 11 and 11/16. It was hard to try to do the math to figure out where the center of it was to do the gatefold. So I had a trick to find the center. So you're going to take a ruler, and hopefully you guys have a 0 centering. If not, grab one because they come in very, very handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the center. And it might be easier if I do it on the light color so you guys can see it. So we need to find the center. So I just wiggle my ruler back and forth until we have equal measurements on both sides. 3/16. Okay, so I'm going to take and I'm going to put a mark right there. So that is the center of my card. Okay, the center of my card. We're going to score out. So what we're doing is this. Oh, look at the random pop dots that just stuck to the back of my card. What we've got is this right here. So this is the center of our card. We've got to go out and score it 3 inches here, and we're going to go out and we're going to score it 3 inches here. So then we have 6 inches in the center. I wanted 6 inches in the center, so it's easiest for me to kind of think backwards. I like to cheat in crafting, or cheat in math. How about we're cheating in math? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this mark right here. My center mark goes right on 3 inches. Okay? And we're going to score it. 1 second, Gan, I'll get that for you. And then I'm going to flip it. And there's my 3-inch mark. Remember, my little 3-inch guy. I'm going to flip him. And I'm going to do 3 inches over here. So I've done 3 inches on each side. So the dot is about 5 7/8. I would go about 5 7/8 is about where that dot is. So now we've went from the center and we have 3 out and 3 out. And I bet this is a weird size too. Yeah, that's a weird size. It's like 2 15/16. I'll do 15/16. So we're cheating. We're going to find the center and go out 3 inches. And let me get rid of my dot. Again, I went heavy with the dot. Okay, then we're going to close it and we're going to fold it. We're going to close it and fold it. And we have a white spot. Do not worry about that white spot. We will take care of that in a minute. Okay, so this is what you should have. Okay, that's our gatefold card with that beautiful bird on it. So the challenge with these papers is they're so pretty, and I want to fold them to use them as your card bases. But to be able to see the most of your patterns, you kind of have to go with the interactives or the gatefolds or stuff to be able to see all those pretty prints. Okay. So then in this sheet that had the tea kettles on it, we want this long strip right here. You want to cut this, just snip that piece off. Snip that piece off. Okay, and what I'm going to do is this guy is going to go right here in the center to hide that crease. We're going to go right in the center, but we're only going to glue it to the left-hand side, because if you glue it to both sides, then your card's not going to open, and then you have a trick card. So what I'm doing is I'm just using score tape. This is a really thin one. This is the 1/8 of an inch. You could do liquid if you've got liquid, whatever you're comfortable with, but I'm just going to put a little bit of score tape right down that. And then I'm going to fasten this guy right in the center. Right in the center of that. Oop, that's crooked. It's okay, my sample was crooked too. So when you open it, it's going to be on that left-hand side. So it's going to kind of flap over the top of it. And then you're just going to snip the hangover. Don't you wish it was that easy? Snip the hangover. So now we end up with a fun piece that looks like this. So we have a gatefold. We've covered that weird gap, and there's our card base. Got it? Okay, so the next piece that we're going to dig out is the rectangular shaped one. The rectangular shape. So we're going to use this pretty butterfly. I loved all the butterflies on these. They were just stunning. We're going to use that. We're going to use this piece down here. And we're going to use You're the Best. And then we're going to use again on this one, the outer piece and the inner piece. That little gold piece, you can put to the side. We're not going to use that one, so you can use that for something else. Okay. To build this gatefold, we're going to start with the outer piece. The outer piece is going to go directly in the center of our card. It is going to be glued to the left-hand side. So this piece, we're going to put liquid glue all the way around, or runner, whatever you use, all the way around the left-hand side. And it's going to go directly in the center. Okay, directly in the center. So when you open your card, it's not going to be fastened on this side. Our next piece we're going to put on is this little basket piece. This piece is going to be popped. We're just going to put pops on this side now. So now we're kind of flip-flopping it. We're putting it on the right-hand side. So this is where we do that kind of cool, where it weaves. It kind of weaves inside of itself. Okay, so you're putting foam tape on the right-hand side. And it's going to get stuck to that side. And you're going to put it right in the center. Right in the center. So now we get this cool, where it lifts. Uh-oh. Did I put foam tape on mine? Yeah, my foam tape's too far over. It should open. unless you put your foam tape in the wrong spot. Let me move mine over a hair. Ha, there we go. So now you get this cool weaving. It's a term I'm going with, gatefold. And when you weave it, you want to weave the right hand side under the left hand where we put that strip to hide the white paper. Okay? The basket on this I thought was cute. It was okay, but I love butterflies. And I thought this butterfly was gorgeous. And I wanted more layers and more dimension. So we're going to pop that butterfly over the basket. I wanted more dimension because I used the basket on the other card, so it justified. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to add is the little "You're the Best." Now, the "You're the Best" gets a little tricky because you want to make sure it weaves in but doesn't cover something up. So it's going to be popped the same height as this piece, but when you pop it, it can only be on this piece. So when it lifts up, it's not going to interfere with anything underneath and get tangled up. Okay, so I'm just going to put the foam on that piece. Quick and easy. See, the Hunkydory toppers are great because they make your quick, easy cards, and it looks like you spent a lot of time on them because it already has the gold foiling. It's already die cut. They're already done all the work for you. So then we're going to pop that guy there, and then looky there. So then this guy weaves in and out. And then, of course, you guys have in your kit all the inserts that you can put on the inside of your cards to decorate those too. Okay, so that card is complete, except we're going to add a little bit of the bling. Got to add the bling. And I added blue bling to this one. And again, my 3 little dots. I think I'm going to go with the light blue this time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. We're going to go with light blue because it looks like I used all my dark blues. I just love these dots. So easy to use. They don't add a lot of bulk to your cards. I'm going to put 3 up there, and then I'm going to crisscross and put 3 down here. I always kind of crisscross. If I do something in the top right, I usually jump and do something in the bottom right or bottom left. Kind of crisscross. Okay, and then there's our 3. So there we use the piece to hide that ugly strip, and then we've got that fun interweaving and your layers to make sure they all lay in and play nice. I love this shape. I don't know if this shape has a name to it, but I love that kind of shape with the ornate borders and stuff. Okay. Oh, thank you. Everybody's loving the colors of the cards. Just wait until the next crafty hour. You better have some black ink pads ready. It's Halloween. I know we are going to have fun with the Halloween and the inking and have lots of black ready. Okay, so that's card number 3. Whew, I am doing better than I thought, guys. I was really nervous we weren't going to make it through all 4. Okay, so card number 4 is this one right here. This one is going to be, it's one of those kind of double side step easel kind of cards on this one. So this one has a little bit more folds and stuff to it, and then it's just going to sit up like so. Okay? So the first thing we need to start with is our white card base. You're going to have white card base for this. And we need to cut it 5.5 by 8. So you should have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper already. And we're going to cut it 5.5 We're going to flip it and cut it at 8. Okay, 5.5 by 8. I'm double checking because I'm like gun shy now that I messed up the first card. Okay, you're going to leave it in your trimmer. So right now it's 8 inches long, and we're going to do some scoring. We're going to score it at 3, 6, and 7. 3, 6, and 7. We're going to score it. So I'm going to go 3, 6, and 7. Three, 6, and 7. So when we fold it, this is our biggest one. We're going to have a mountain. Okay. Then we're going to fold and have a valley. And then we're going to fold it back over and have a mountain. So you're going to have something that looks like this. Okay. It's standing up. Okay. So you got a mountain, a valley, and a mountain. Mountain, valley, mountain. Everybody got that? Okay, then with your white piece of paper that we had left over, that's a scrap from something else, we're going to cut it 3 by 6. 3 by 6. 3 by 6. And then we're going to score it at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. And then we're just going to fold it and have a mountain, just like that. So what it's going to do is it's just going to fit right over the top of your card like that. It's just going to fit just like that. Okay, so we'll set those pieces aside, and now we got to cut our pattern papers. So this is going to be our pattern paper. We're going to put it in the trimmer upside down. So upside down, your basket's kind of here in the top right corner. And we're going to cut it at 5 1/4. 5 1/4. So we are going to save that pretty basket for something later. Save that for something later. Okay, so now we need this yellow strip. It's already 5 1/4. We're going to cut it at 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to end up with just a little yellow strip. Okay, little yellow strip. Ooh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Now we're gonna, what are we doing now? Now we're doing blue. Blue. So we're gonna do it at 2 3/4. And we have a blue piece. 2 3/4. And then we need another blue that's 2 3/4. I mean, if you wanted, I guess you could use that piece to put in there and have a little bit more florals. I'm just to use the blue. It's whatever you want. 2 3/4. It's a fun kind of interactive card, and it fits, well, before you add all the extra stuff I did, it would fit in a standard size envelope. I think I might have went above my thing. Yeah, I went too tall. But normally it would fit in a standard size envelope if you didn't go tall like I did. I went a little tall. Okay, so then we're going to grab our pieces. And we're going to put our yellow at the bottom with a little bit of white all the way around it. Got to remember what I did. My poor sample, it has been ripped apart 4 or 5 times. So I originally made the card base out of just the cardstock itself, but when I folded it, it just was very blah. It needed the white behind it. So I ended up tearing my card apart and redoing it. But originally, I scored it out of the card base and folded it. But it just folded in weird spots with the prints, and it needed that white edging that we're putting around it now. So that is totally an option too if you want to do your card bases out of that. It just seemed a little blah to me. So my card has been ripped apart probably 4 times to redo it. So don't look too close to it. I need to learn how to use repositionable adhesive instead of permanent runners. Would make it easier, right? Okay, so there's our pieces right there. Our next piece we have is this little guy right here that we had. Remember him? We are going to find the center again, and he's going to get glued right down on the bottom here. I'm going to use score tape because I want it to stay put. Okay. So we're just I'm going to use my 0 centering ruler again because I want it to be centered. Okay, there's our center. So you've glued it down to that little flapper. Then we're going to close the card down. So we're going to close your card down. We're going to flip her to the back. And now we're going to put score tape here. And again, I'm using the score tape because I want it to be nice and strong since it's the interactive part of a card. And they're just going to, oops, I did that wrong. Sorry. If you have not glued it yet, sorry. Man, I am just flubbing tonight. You just want the tape on the top. Tape on the top so it sticks and your card doesn't glue shut. So the tape just goes on the top part there. Sorry, you're not gluing it in the top. Okay, so there's what we've got. We've got our card base, and it's going to just Z-fold. So this little white top part is glued all the way down to the bottom onto the yellow. The back part is glued just at the top onto the back side. So when you get a side view, it's still movable. Got it? Yeah, fun cards. It's just a fun interactive one that you can kind of swap and change the dimensions and make it taller or wider. It's kind of a trick way of doing the, what are the name of those, Deanna, where they go forward, backward with the legs? These are the trick way of making those. I know they have a name. It's the ones you always use in your classes with your, that we get from Paper Cut. I can't remember what the name of those cards are. But this is the quick, easy cheeser way. Step card. Thank you. That's what it is. Step card. I knew it would come to me. It didn't come to me. Deanna helped me. Okay, it's a cheater step card. That's what I love. Okay, so let's grab this pieces. So I love these shapes too. These were fun. So I didn't use the gold pieces on the other one. We're going to use the gold piece on this one. Definitely going to use the gold pieces. Okay, we're going to take the butterfly and we're going to pop him out. And we're going to take the thanks so much. Oh, I should have known that because I even moderated you. But evidently, I've slept since then. Okay, so we want these pieces right here. Okay, the first piece we want is the gold piece. So we need that gold centerpiece. The gold centerpiece. Ooh, I can't wait to see what you have up your sleeve for this Maker Mania. I'm going to be playing with some wax. I'm going to be playing with some wax seals. And some art journaling. Or mixed media. In an art journal. That was months ago. It was like, oh, on my defense, is that the one? No, you said last Maker Mania. I was like, is it the one I had COVID? Because I don't remember anything from that Maker Mania. Okay, so we're taking the gold frame. And we're going to glue it down to the white piece. And we're going to center it. And we're going to put liquid glue at the top, liquid glue at the bottom. So we are gluing the gold piece flat. Or two. Ooh, can't wait. I like fun folds. Fun folds are fun. We could probably just repeat every single one that we've done over and over and just do it in different prints, and they always look new again, right? Like our little gift card things. Okay, we're going to glue that flat right to the center, and that's not very centered, Kourtney. Center-ish on the white. The gold is going to be flat. Okay? Flat gold. Then the next piece we're going to do is this piece, and he's going to be popped. So we're adding different layers, different dimension on there. So this guy is going to be popped in the center of that. I love these nesting frames because you can just layer them all on top of each other and build those dimensions. My favorite glue, that is a hard question, Patricia, because it kind of depends on what I'm working with or what I'm doing. For small pieces and things, I use the Nouveau glue. I really like the Nouveau glue. For my glitter papers and my foil papers, I like the Helmar 450, and thank you for it finally coming back in a shipment. So I like my Helmar 450. And then it just kind of depends on sometimes what I'm working on and what glue works the best. Because no glue works for everything. Okay, the next one we're doing is getting a little tricky now. Because the next one I thought, this is pretty, but I want this popped. So this blue one is going to be popped also. So the center one's popped. The gold one is flat. The blue one gets popped. So in order to pop this, we need itty bitty little pop dots. And I love these little square ones from Scrapbook Adhesive. Scrapbook Adhesive is all of the foam dots that we've been using that we love. The foam rolls, the little squares, the lines, all of those are by Scrapbook Adhesive. So I'm just putting little foam along the top white portion because that's where that frame is going to stick. Okay? That frame is going to stick right there. And he's also going to stick right down here. So I'm going to also do it on the bottom. Okay, so I put little foamies at the top, little foamies at the bottom. Little foamies. I saved this one for last because I knew it was going to be the most kind of time-consuming one, but it looks like we're good on time. I still got 5 minutes. Some days I surprise myself. Some days I try to put the both legs in the same jean hole. Okay, so then that blue frame is going to get popped on that outside edge. There we go. So we kind of have some different layers going. We got kind of a high, medium, low kind of going. So lots of interest. Okay, then we're going to pop the butterfly. Again, I love the butterflies. I wanted to use all the butterflies in these. If you're in Maker Mania, oh, the butterflies in that are amazing. So make sure you haven't missed out on that. Make sure you grab those. So for the butterfly, I'm going to put a pop dot here and then glue here because he's going to glue right here on this frame. Smaller pants, yeah. I did put, I think it was yesterday, I did put my shirt on backwards yesterday. I put it on and I'm looking down and I'm like, I don't remember that decorative pleat being on that shirt. Yeah, it was on backwards. Okay, so there goes that. Then we're going to put a pop dot and we're going to pop this guy also. So we're putting a pop dot on part of it. Ooh, hoarding those butterflies. Absolutely, right? Oh, beautiful. Love vellum butterflies. Okay, and then that guy is just going to pop and kind of glue flat. I want to cover up too much of the bird. And there's that. And then I did add some of the blue bling right over here in the corner. Again, a small, medium, large. But this time I kind of pushed it over farther. So I'm going to leave it off because my frame is not centered this time. But on that one I did a little 3. 1, 2, 3. On that. So that is, let me bring all the cards back in, clean up my pop dots. That is Crafty Hour number 24 with the Hunkydory garden party set. So if you guys are wanting more garden party sets, make sure to contact your home store, Scrapbook-N-Memories or Clipper Street, and we can get you some more of these sets so you can make more of these beautiful cards. And then if you didn't catch Deanna today at 12 o'clock, make sure to go over to Clipper Street's Facebook page where you can catch the replay. And then more enamel dots. If you're wanting those, I was trying to find the packaging so you could see what we had on them. But the more enamel dots from Spellbinders, we've got those also. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next Crafty Hour announcement. Number 26 is tomorrow. It is going to be a fall themed. It is beautiful collection. The papers and stuff are in. We're just waiting for one more item to come in that we're adding the kits. So hopefully it should be here next week. So we'll have those kits ready. So they are not ready for pickup yet. But registration starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Central Time. Deanna already created an event, so go in and make sure to click that you're attending so you will get a reminder when we go live tomorrow. We will have the links up on our website tomorrow so you can register directly for Crafty Hour number 26 with a beautiful, amazing fall theme. And then after that, I hope you guys are ready for Christmas because we got some amazing Christmas up our sleeves. We've got, do I tell them? We have some hunky-dory stuff. I think Deanna already hinted towards that one. Just some amazing stuff. So stay tuned. And it is, yes, it is very limited. Both of us already have 95% of the kit in stock, so we can't get more of it, and we are the first ones to get this release. I think we bought pretty much everything they had, or close to it. So, tune in tomorrow. We'll see you at 9 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific, 11 o'clock Central, and have a fabulous night, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.